Jeff Alterman joining you, and along with me for the fourth time now, I think it is CeCe Ware, and we're also excited to have Coach Mike McHugh back with us. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
It's great to be back.
All right, so Trumbull just took the field a moment ago. They are in black from, I used to say head to toe, from shoulder to toe now. They have their gold helmets on. Manchester, up from the Hartford area, wearing red pants, white jerseys, and red helmets. They are the Red Hawks. Trumbull comes in with a record of 1-1 and 0-1 in the FCAC. Manchester is 0-2. They were a state double L playoff team last year, so can't take this team lightly. And we definitely need to see Trumbull come out a little more excited than they were last week. CeCe, you were with me, and we saw how sharp they were in Norwich, and last week versus Wilton, they just came out flat from the gun and nothing ever got started.
Yep, that's it. They had quite a few difficulties stopping the run game, and their Wilton quarterback, you know, he had a good arm and was able to take off, and that's what really killed him.
And that could be something Trumbull's going to have to contend with all night tonight as well, as we just talked with Coach Petrosio a little while ago, and the Manchester quarterback is someone not to take lightly as well. All right, the captains are heading out for the coin toss. They have their two captains. I believe one is from Middlebrook Elementary School and one is from Daniels Farm Elementary School. They get to go out with the captains for the coin toss. That's a tradition that's been going on for well over 10 years now. I'd say probably 15, if not more, that we have the elementary school nights, and it's lovely that we get to connect and have the elementary school kids come in. We just had the guest PA announcer, as we always do, having the kids go out for the coin toss. I mean, imagine being in 4th or 5th grade and getting to walk out with the varsity football captains for the coin toss. How cool is that?
It was always such a great time having the kids on the sideline with us, just having that extra atmosphere, having a little bit extra energy. It's nice before a game starts.
And we'll wait till we get a call to see will Trumbull kick or receive. Let me know if either of you saw the call. I think Trumbull's receiving. I couldn't tell if they won the toss or not, but Trumbull will be receiving.
It looks like they did win the toss and elect to receive that opening kickoff.
It's not too often that I can tell you the attendance on the visitor side of the stadium. I believe it is 9.
Wow.
I mean, give them a break. They're coming all the way from Manchester. But I mean, when we went out to Norwich, there was a decent Trumbull showing for the game in Norwich, but I understand there's probably more people coming down. They probably had traffic. They had to come through the Hartford area, the Waterbury area. Some might have come through New Haven, wherever, and we all know what Friday afternoon traffic is like in Connecticut. Trumbull going to try to right the ship tonight after, I mean, there's losses and there's bad losses. Last week was a bad loss.
Some weeks just get the best of you. It's better to turn the page, move right on to this game, and really focus up. It's a good opponent in Manchester, and hopefully we can see the Eagles come out on top. And
that's exactly what Coach P was saying. That's what gave him the edge in Norwich, is if something bad happened, you moved on, you went on to the next play. You didn't let it, stick with you. I believe Trumbull student Nicole Yazurski is going to be singing the national anthem. She and her sister Irene have been singing the national anthems and performing in the Trumbull High Plays for years. That is an incredibly talented family. We'll let you listen in.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem by Nicole Yezerski. Oh, we had a flyover.
Oh.
I would assume that plane's probably headed to like White Plains or New Haven or something. But we could say we had a flyover. We had a commercial jet flying over McDougal Stadium. All right, so Trumbull, like we said, is going to receive. Their backs are to Strobel Road. Manchester's backs will be to the Hillcrest side of McDougal Stadium. Beautiful night, 73 degrees here at kickoff. Relatively low humidity. It doesn't feel like the end of September. You'd think by now it'd start getting a little bit cooler. It's not too often I come to the third game of the season in shorts and still feel perfectly comfortable.
There were a couple bitter games back when I was doing the commentary once more. Having to bundle up in 3 layers.
Oh wait, it looks like they're actually reversing sides from, no, now they're going to, yeah. Each team went to the wrong side from where the official had them during the coin toss, and they just realized, all right, we got to adjust. So yes, Trumbull's backs are to Strobel Road, Manchester's backs are to Hillcrest. And like we said, Trumbull will be receiving. So we have viewers on Trumbull Community Television, listeners on 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network. We will be calling the game more for the radio audience because they will not have the benefit of seeing the plays. So we'll be a little more descriptive than you would probably expect for a TV broadcast, just because we want to make sure our listeners on 10 can get a full view of what's going on. All right, we are just about underway. There is the whistle. And here is the opening kick by Manchester. It is a short one to the left side of the field, and it's going to fall in. I think the Trumbull player got on it at about the 35-yard line, but I don't know if they thought maybe it was just going to roll free and Manchester would fall on it, but I believe a Trumbull player did get there in time, but just fell right on top of the ball.
Oh, Manchester is celebrating, though.
Are they calling it Manchester possession? Manchester's celebrating.
Oh, Manchester
wow.
ball.
Manchester, so they threw Trumbull off. They were not expecting that. A little pooch kick to the far side of the field. I thought the Trumbull player got there.
Wow. All right, well, not the best start to the game.
Yeah. So, yeah, looking for a fresh start after last week. They're not getting it now. So Manchester's going to get the ball at the 34-yard line, far hash mark.
Live ball, they got it. It's never how you want to start a football game.
Of course. All right, so Manchester has 3 receivers set. No, now it's probably going to be, no. Yeah, 4 receivers set.
Yeah,
Ace formation of 5 receivers set. We got trips on the left side. They're opening it up, and like we said, and Coach P said, they have a very talented quarterback. Flags fly.
Penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, you don't see too many teams starting an empty.
Is it a delay of game?
It absolutely was a delay of game. So a bit of a hiccup for the start for both teams here, starting off with an offensive penalty and turning the ball over on the kickoff return.
Still 5 receivers set, empty backfield, and it is a handoff to the left side. He tries to cut around the corner. He gets a little bit. He's going to pick up a few yards back from what he had lost earlier.
On the carry for the Red Hawks, number 15, Aiden Rodriguez.
So it's still going to be 2nd and long.
Run out of bounds at the 37-yard line, 2nd down and 13.
All right, for Trumbull defense, we have, again, 1 high safety, number 16, Luke McDermott. He's been playing great over the last few games.
Ace formation. Quarterback drops, looks to his left, throws it. He's got a receiver. He's swallowed up right away, but after he makes the catch, he's going to pick up enough, not enough yards for the first down. It'll be about 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 or so.
Quarterback number 1, Justice Powell.
Looks like the quarterback found that soft spot right in the middle of 3 defenders for the Trumbull. And now they're sitting at 3rd and medium. Let's see if the Eagles can get a stop here on 3rd down. Hopefully force a little bit of a turnover, hopefully.
It's going to be trips right for the Red Hawks from Manchester. 4 receivers set. Quarterback hands it off, and he
looks like he's down.
Fights forward for a little bit, but he's not going to have enough for the first down. So that's going to be 4th down for Manchester, and they're going to have a decision to make. They're definitely too far for what a typical high school kicker would be able to make. We haven't seen what their kicker can do yet.
Looks like Manchester's going to keep their offense on the field for a little 4th and long.
They are definitely going for it. 4th and a long medium. Quarterback drops back, looking. Now he tries to take off. No, he dumps it, and he has a receiver on the left side open who's going to make his way to the end zone, but he's going to be pushed out just in front. The toss was a little bit high, but he was able to go up and bring it in.
Number 6, Prince Owuzu, quarterback number 1, Justice Powell. First down and goal to go.
It's a tough break when you have the quarterback down to his teeth, and he just finds a way to squeak right through, pick up a big first down on a 4th and long, and sets his team up in a great position to score now. Let's see if Trumbull can get the stop on goal line here.
The ball's being spotted inside the 5, or no, at the, I think they're marking it at the 7 on the, no, inside on the handoff. He cuts into the end zone. Quick touchdown for Manchester. So, not the start Trumbull wanted. They were supposed to receive the ball, and then they let Manchester take over on that little pooch kick, and then they take it all the way down the field and not that many plays and get the quick touchdown.
It's a real momentum killer, especially when you fumble it off on the first play of the game, especially on a kickoff, no less. Sometimes you just got to kick it into overdrive, put that last drive behind you, and really push forward to see what else you can complete in this football game.
All right, let's see what the extra point looks like.
And kick is up, and it is...
That is good.
And
that
was
a beautiful kick.
Very strong kick. So with 9:42 remaining in the first quarter, we'll take a break with Manchester now up 7-0.
Hi, this is Principal Rickert, principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
All right, so Manchester kicking off. Trumbull better be aware for another pooch kick after the last one. I don't think they'll do it this time. Now this one is much, much deeper to the far side. Trumbull catches it outside the hash, and he runs to the far sideline. He's going to pick up a few yards, get it a little bit past the 30-yard line for Trumbull's first offensive drive of the game.
All right, well, I'm excited to see what the Eagles can do on offense. They have amazing weapons, including Keenhorn. They got a few good receivers. And last week they did have a good few drives against Wilton.
Trumbull will pretty much have a 4-receiver set on every down. It just depends. Are they going to be in trips on one side or ace formation? It looks like ace this time. And whistle immediately.
Flag.
Looks like it's going to be a false start in the left tackle here for Trumbull.
So Manchester with the delay of game on their first offensive play. Trumbull with a false start on theirs. So Trumbull tries again, 1st and 15, this time from their own 26. And it is a handoff up the middle. He gets through the first set of defenders and gets back at least 10 yards or so. So it'll be second and relatively short.
Even though it may not be the first play of the drive, it's a great way to start the drive. Build the momentum off the plays you have beforehand, stack it up all the way until you reach that end zone.
Yep, and that was number 8, Keen Horn.
Am I seeing only a 3-receiver set? I believe I see twins on this side and only a single on the far side and an H-back.
So.
It's a handoff up the middle again. He gets tackled pretty quick, but he does pick up a few yards. He's going to be close to the first down. And I think they're calling it first down for Trumbull. It looks like on the far side, it's a single receiver and there's an H-back in there.
Looks like they had that tight end close in the wing formation.
So maybe Trumbull, after last week, is changing it up a little bit, trying some new things.
Especially in the beginning of a game. You want to establish a run game early, because all that does is build up and open up a pass game for you, because they're going to have to defend the run harder.
Yeah, it looks like number 12, Braden Jago, is playing.
And it is a handoff up the middle, cuts to the left side now, falls forward. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4.
Nice chunk play on first down, sets up second and decently medium to long. But it opens up the playbook, because now you can see what Caleb Wuchiski has in store. It'll open up the pass game a little bit more, get the receivers in action. Offensive line looks great so far.
Yeah, the last few weeks, Caleb's arm has been looking real good.
You definitely see some growth compared to the games last year.
Definitely.
He's been working hard in the offseason.
And his ability to just take off and run when needed.
And there's a penalty on Trumbull. I didn't see the sign, but they are moving it back.
Looks like it may have been a holding call.
So that second and medium, they're going to replay first down now. So first and 20, and it is a quarterback fake handoff. As he dropped back, he was swallowed up right away and sacked. So it's going to be even further now on second down.
On the tackle for the Red Hawks, number 22. Loss on the play, second down.
A few more fans filing in on the Manchester side. Again, they had a long ride. Hopefully some of them are tuning in on 10 or TCTV. All right, so second and 27 now for Trumbull on their own side of the field. Wuchinsky in the pocket, throws, has a receiver, and he's taken out of bounds at around the 35. So he's going to get some of those yards back. So it'll be still third and quite long, though.
Caleb Wuchinsky knocked out of bounds by the Red Hawks, number 15, Aiden Rodriguez.
It's a tough situation for this third and forever. But in these kinds of situations, you want to look under the backs of the receivers, see if they can get themselves open deeper down the field, attack the middle of the field or the sideline. You really want to see a good pass here.
Wuchinsky gets the snap, looking. Now he's forced out of the pocket, goes to his left side, throws it deep, just off the fingertips of the Trumbull receiver. That would have been about a 25-yard play if he was able to bring it in. So that'll bring up fourth down. Trumbull will need to punt.
Yeah, it would have been a good one-armed catch there.
Tough to overcome. They are tough to overcome.
So we know the last few weeks, Trumbull punt hasn't been the best. We have a few snaps well over the head of the punter. So I am excited to see how this is going to go. So far in this game, special teams hasn't had the best luck. So let's see how this goes.
Decent snap and pretty good punt. It's going to come down around the 35-yard line for Manchester, but he's swallowed up quickly. He fights for a few extra yards, but he will come down at around the 40. So Manchester takes over with their second drive.
For the Eagles, taking a tackle number 1, Timothy Costello.
It's tough to have the defense so quickly back on the field.
For the Red Hawks from their own 40-yard line, 6:48 remaining.
But all that's important now is to maintain your assignments, do what you're supposed to do, come together as a group, and 11 hats to the football. Try to get that ball back and see if that offense can get back out on the field for a little bit longer of a drive.
Looks like we have a Manchester huddle. Not about to come on the field.
The CHS seniors head on down to the section.
And Manchester comes back out again. They have trips left, 4 receiver set. Again, ball on the 40. It's a snap, and it is a handoff up the middle. He's going to fight forward for a few yards. bring it out to the 40, looks like the side judge is on the 42.
Jeremiah Pinckney. Tackle made by the Eagles, number 9, Benjamin Zakikino. Second down and 8.
All right, the quarterback keeps it here.
And he's running to his left side, tries to turn the corner. He's going to be forced out of bound. Minimal pickup. Actually, more than I thought he was. He's going to get to about the 46, so it's going to be 3rd and 4, let's call it. I apologize for that. I was trying to adjust a setting on the computer, and I was looking down a little too long. Thank you for catching that, Cece.
Don't worry.
We got each other's back here on 10.
It's like a pretty heavy setup front with 7 in the box.
And the quarterback keeps it himself to the right side, cuts up the middle. He's going to have the first down and a few more. Takes it on the Trumbull side of the field. He'll be down at around the Trumbull 45 now.
Shot made by the Eagles, number 13, Jack Garrett.
So speaking of coming across the 50-yard line, I'm sure most of you guys didn't hear the news, but both of me talking about my CFL the last couple of weeks with CC, with you, and Mike, you heard me for a couple of years doing that. The CFL is getting rid of the 55-yard line.
No kidding.
It's no longer going to be 110 yards. They're going to 100 yards long. They're going to stay the wider width across, but they're shortening the length, and they're going from 20-yard end zones to 15, moving the goalpost to the back. There was a whole big thing going on with the fans. They like it, they didn't like it. Anything that's going to help grow the game of football, I'm in favor. All right, so the quarterback, quick throw to his left side, intended screen, but the Trumbull defender was right there to bring him down. I think that was Maverick Capola on the tackle.
7. That was a great tackle.
That was a great read the whole way. He saw the screen coming the whole while through, looked for the ball, found it, executed a great tackle, and it sets up 2nd and long.
Second down and 13.
Second and 13 now. We have approaching 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Manchester up 7-0. This is Manchester's second drive of the game. Trumbull showing blitz, and they think they got the Manchester line to jump.
Looks like number 4, Ryan Mullen, gave him a little extra hesitant step in the beginning, and that jumps that offensive line right off sides, sets up 2nd and even longer.
So instead of 2nd and 13, it'll be 2nd and 18.
Yeah, I see this Trumbull defense getting a little more hype here.
A little bit of juice and a little bit of energy behind him now.
Trumbull showing the same thing again. This time the quarterback drops back, looking, flushed out of the pocket, has a receiver in the backfield. He fights forward to about the 5th to the 48 or so.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play here.
Looks like they're going to call a holding here on Manchester.
So 2nd and 18 will become 2nd and even longer now as they replay the down.
10-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
Looks like both teams can't get out of their own way today. Between penalties and turnovers, it's a rough start for both, but hopefully Trumbull can capitalize here on 2nd and absolutely forever.
So the ball is now on the 30, we'll call the tip of the ball on the 37, their own 37. 2nd and 28 after that holding penalty. 4:20 remaining in the opening quarter. Trips right, and is there a timeout?
Yeah, looks like it.
Timeout Manchester, so 2nd and 28, they want to talk that over. So Trumbull's defense on this drive showing a little bit more strength. Granted, they've had some help with the penalties, but some of them were, like on that last one, forcing them to jump, so good strategy there.
And also a big hello to everyone joining us from Daniels Farm Elementary School.
There's a shout out by Mr. Spillane welcoming the students from Middlebrook and Daniels Farm. Last week we had, what did we have, Booth Hill and I think Tashua last week. So when we host Thanksgiving, which we do this year, that means there's really 4 other games that the elementary schools are going to come to because they're not organizing an event on Thanksgiving morning. So you tend to get more schools at a time because we want to get everybody in. right, Manchester comes out again in the second and 28, 4:14 on the clock. Ace formation, Trumbull showing blitz and then backs off. The quarterback drops back, looking, flushed out of the pocket, runs to his left side, and he's brought down by the Trumbull defender. He's going to pick up a couple yards, but not anything significant. The ball will be placed at their own 40, so he'll pick up about 3 on that.
That was a great play. Quarterback escapes the pocket. You have the rest of the entire defensive line chasing back down. It was a great tackle by the defensive end.
Yep, that was number 65, Ethan Savage. This is his first year start as a junior for Trumbull High defense.
And the quarterback drops back again, looking, throws it deep to the right side. He's got a receiver. It's up in the air and picked off by Trumbull.
There we go.
Trumbull is going to take over at around their 35-yard line. So the defense much stronger on this second drive than they were on the first.
I just hope the defense momentum translates to the offense and they're able to move down a little bit more down the field in that last drive there.
Hopefully the offense had some time to talk it over with the coaches, get themselves settled in and come up with a game plan.
Yep, that was number 14, Justin Alston. It's also his first year start as a junior for Trumbull High defense.
It was a great job jumping right over the wide receiver, just taking him right off the top of the head.
Yeah, I gotta say, Trumbull DBs look great this year.
Trumbull with a wide spread formation, and it is a handoff up the middle. He's able to get past the first line of defense, but then taken down pretty quickly. He's only going to pick up a yard or 2. I think they're going to give him 2 on that.
On the carry for the Eagles, number 3, Brian Am. Tackle made by the Red Hawks, number 7.
All right, this is now the 3rd running back in the game. Number 0, Braden Blank. Something that Trumbull has plenty of running backs. They're all doing a good job here.
And it is a handoff up the middle again. He fights forward for a few more. I understand, like you said before, Mike, they're trying to establish the run. They're getting small chunks at a time. They're not getting anything big.
Absolutely. Sometimes those chunk plays do add up, though. In this kind of situation, now you're in 3rd and short, and that opens up play action. It opens up the pass game. You can even run the ball now that you've gained all that yards, and it sets you up in a good spot to even maybe go for it on 4th.
Trumbull will have trips right this time, back to the 4 receiver set after they had that tight end in there before in that H-back position. Wachinski is always in the gun. Flags fly pre-snap.
Looks like it's going to be a delay of game on Trumbull here.
Those are the kinds of things that just drive you crazy. When you had 3rd and a reasonably short distance to gain, and you're in one of the high schools that has a snap clock.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to get that play in faster, and that starts with a coaching staff, and that starts at the sideline a lot of the times too. And even if it's just relaying the call while you're even standing on the sideline as another player, it just helps to get that message in quicker.
So back to 3rd and 9 now. Jago in motion. Wachinski drops back. Quick throw in the middle. He's got a receiver who's fighting up the middle and trying to get around the defender. He's not able to turn the corner. He's only going to be able to pick up a few yards, so it's going to be 4th and 6, most likely in punt formation.
Yep.
Looks like a punt team comes right out onto the field here. It's so tough being in that 3rd and short spot, and just having that simple penalty that bumps you back 5 yards sets up 3rd and short and a 3rd and long, and it completely changes everything you had about the play.
So after a strong defensive showing, Trumbull's offense has little to show for it on their second drive. Looks like the Trumbull line, they're all playing very tight. Snap, punt is straight up in the air. And it's going to be downed at about the Manchester 48. I mean, that was, like I said, straight up, way higher than deeper. And they're going to give Manchester half a field to work with.
games are seen live on 10 of the Trumbull Eagle Network, exclusively on TrumbleFootball.com.
Building off the defensive stop from last little drive, all you want to do is you want to just have that repeat itself. You want a strong showing from your defense, give as much space and as openness to the offense as you can, take that pressure off of them a little bit more. And Trumbull started in the same kind of spot here on defense last drive, so let's hope that they can get a similar path to success.
Tip of the ball is actually on the 47, Manchester's own 47. Inside of 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Ace formation for Manchester. Quarterback drops back, looking. Under pressure, chased out of the pocket, runs up the middle, and he will pick up about 4 yards or so. Trumbull from the outside is kind of trying several times tonight, swarm from the outside to the quarterback, but then he rushes up the middle, and the line or those middle linebackers are not able to bring him down very quick because he's a very mobile quarterback.
Absolutely. The last thing you want to do is lose contain on the outside, whether that mean going inside too early or maybe cutting up the field too hard. You don't want to give that space for that quarterback to run.
Second and medium. It is a throw up the middle, nice. In and out of the hands of the receiver. It would have been a first down on that. Looked like a slant pattern.
Yeah, that was a good breakup by number 12, Braden Jago. Looks like we got a few other DNs entering the game.
3rd and 6 upcoming. 9 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Jeff Alterman, CC Ware, Coach Mike McHugh with you. Thanks for joining us on this Friday evening, whether you are listening on 10 or Trumbull Community Television. This may be the last play of the quarter, maybe one more. And it is a handoff up the middle. He gets through the first line and then finally brought down, but he's going to pick up a good number of yards and be about 1.5 yards to 2 yards short of the first down. All right, so that'll take us to the end of the quarter. We'll be back with more Trumbull football on 10 and TC TV after this.
Hi, this is Mars Petraccio, the head football coach for the Trumbull High Eagles, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
On 10, presented by Dr. Lumnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
Manchester takes over at the top of the second quarter now. They are leading 7-0.
Head on down to the snack shack. Hot foods, cold drinks, snacks, all available.
I just watched the offense go into the tent and talk over that last drive, which was not as successful as we would have liked to have been. And it is a run up the middle. And I can't see, I think they're giving him the first down.
Looks like they got that first down on 4th and short.
For the Red Hawks, number 1, Justice Powell. Manchester first down, spotted at the 42-yard line.
And it is a run up the middle once again. The defenders meet him right at the line, and he is fighting forward for maybe a yard or so. So good stop that time by the Trumbull defense.
Yeah, it was a good stop there. Got a bunch of hats to the football. We're able to push him back.
Number 76, Elijah Hilton. 2nd down and 8.
Notre Dame, West Haven, and Greenwich tied up at 7. And it is a handoff fumbled, but he picks up his own fumble and he gets away from the defenders and fights forward for a first down plus a few more.
Fumble recovered and run by number 7, Stacy Asbury. Tackle made by the Eagles, number 10, Brody McGee. First down.
Very good break from Manchester there, immediately putting the ball onto the ground and bounced right into his hands, picked it up and took it out for a first down. Not exactly how you read it up, but never upset with it.
But they make something out of nothing. Ball now on the Trumbull 31 with a fresh set of downs for the Manchester Redhawks. Trumbull showing blitz, but they get back on. Maybe they don't get back on side. It might be a offside. Yep, so it'll be an offside on Trumbull and give Manchester 5 more free yards.
Come on, Trumbull!
Manchester in a 3-receiver set. Single back. Trumbull consistently showing blitz, but then pull back. And it is a handoff to the right side. He's going to fight forward for a bunch of yards and get the first down and bring it inside the 20.
Tackle made by the Eagles, number 13, Jack Garrity.
It's a tough break. You just can't give up the inside like that, especially in this kind of situation where you have them in second and decent, and you just give up that first down going right up the middle, right through the A gap.
This is similar to the Wilton game last week where they just gave up 2 quick scores, and it is a keeper up the middle to the receiver who holds onto it on that slant. He's inside the 5 now. Very quick run and pass. Trumbull had a hard time keeping up with that. So I almost said Wilton after talking about that. Manchester threatening big time again to go up 2 scores.
It looks like they're putting it on the 3 here.
And it is a quarterback keeper to the left side. He might get around the corner. He's going all the way to the far side, and he'll be pushed out at around the 1, maybe on the 2, depending where he stepped out of bounds. But everyone bit and went to the right side. The quarterback went to the left with the exception of 1 defender, and lucky that 1 defender was able to get him out of bounds before he crossed the goal line.
It was a great job of open field tackling. It's really what you preach as a coach. All you want your kids to do is make sure that they take the correct form, break down, really make sure they get that player out of the end zone. That's exactly what you want, down to a T.
I'm going to guess that they're going to take a timeout. All right, so we'll take a timeout along with them and be back right after this.
Hello, this is Coach Tobish, head coach of the Trumbull Lady Eagles girls basketball team. This is 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. That means it could be you, your best man, your worst man. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lumna Khan's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
2nd and 1, just under 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. With the exception of 1 receiver, Manchester in tight. I'm going to guess they're going to run it up the middle. We'll find out. And the quarterback keeps it himself, pushes up the middle, and he is in. So it is currently sitting at 13-0 Manchester, with the point after upcoming.
You're in a tough spot if you're Trumbull here, down 2 scores relatively early in the game. It sets that precedent for the rest of the match. What you really got to do is you got to focus up, bring it in from halftime once the time on the clock expires here. Hopefully get some points up on the board before half. But if you don't, you come back in, you make that game plan for the second half, attack exactly what you guys have been messing up, and you get out there and you can hope for the best.
Eerily similar to the Wilton game, as they're now about to be down 14-0 if they make the kick. But we saw this kicker had a good foot on the last kick. And here's the kick, and this one's wide left, very wide left. I'm not sure if it was a bad snap or if he just didn't get all of it with his foot, but after a beautiful point after on the first one, that was like Scott Norwood, Buffalo Bills wide left. Unless it was wide right in that Super Bowl. I just remember it was wide something.
It was wide right. And that
if Mr. Rickard is listening, we know he's a Giants fan. If you're listening, Mr. Rickard, text us. Was Scott Norwood in Super Bowl, was that 20? Was that wide left or wide right? Please let us know.
It was wide right.
It was right?
Giants fan in the booth. Absolutely. I thank Buffalo fans every day for that.
Speaking of that, the Patriots fan sitting at the table with me. How'd your boys do against my Steelers last week? I had to get that in at least one point.
It's all right. They did better than the Giants.
I actually had, at Hillcrest, Miss Kitchener, one of the 7th grade teachers that I work with, who I love working with, my 7th grade family. She's a Patriots fan as well. We had a Diet Coke. I like Coke Zero, so if she would have won, it would have been a Diet Coke. So we had a Coke bet on the game, and since Pittsburgh won, I got the Coke Zero this week.
Yeah, I thought the Patriots looked good in preseason. I don't really know.
Well, Pittsburgh did not deserve to win that game. They looked so pitiful on both sides of the ball. All right, here is the Manchester kick. This one is deep to the far sideline, taken at the 10. Now he's trying to cut back in the inside. He is. He gets past a few defenders, and he's going to bring it all the way out to the 35. So decent run back.
Flag on the play here. That was number 18, Cade Volpicelli, who took that in. It's a good run.
We'll have to see what the penalty is.
Looks like this one might be coming back a little bit further than that nice return.
Holding penalty against the Eagles.
So it looks like it was a hold against Trumbull. It'll push him back another 10 yards from the spot.
Every time you think they got a little something going, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Start this drive from what looks like the 26-yard line.
We'll bring the ball back to the 26-yard line.
So it is a 3-receiver set once again with that extra H-back in there that they've used a bunch so far today. And it is a handoff up the middle, and he's met right at the line. He'll fight for maybe a yard or so.
Tackle made by the Red Hawks, number 2. And it's Siwa Roy.
Yeah, looks like we have a new H-back in there, number 81, Jackson Pond.
And Wuczynski, quick throw to the right side, has a receiver. He's going to pick up a good number of yards, and it'll make it 3rd and about 3, let's call it, a long 3.
Run out of bounds at the 33-yard line, 3rd.
Would have liked to seen him get a few more yards, the receiver be on a little more of an angle to try to come upfield, but good completion.
It's nice to see the passing game getting rolled out a little bit now. Not a lot of success in the first couple drives here for Trumbull.
Very important 3rd down for Trumbull to try to extend this drive. And it is a handoff up the middle. He's trying to get around the defenders. He's caught in the backfield, and he's going to lose a bunch.
Number 18, Horn.
Take it.
Stopped in the backfield by the Red Hawks, number 22.
Looks like the punt team's going to roll out once more for Trumbull.
Brendan, you not seeing that?
Down and 6. Back to punt for the Eagles, number 18.
That wasn't as successful of a drive as you want in this game right now. So the defense will take it, hopefully get another stop. They had a few good ones. Hopefully prevent another score before the half here.
And here is the snap. Much better punt than last time. It's going to come down around the 45 on the Manchester side of the field and roll out of bounds at around the 42, 43-yard line. So not the greatest punt they've ever seen, but significantly better than that pooch, whatever we want to call it, on that last one that essentially went straight up in the air.
Hopefully that gives the defense a little bit more cushion to allow not a lot behind them.
Thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Jeff Alterman, CeCe Ware, and Coach Mike McHugh with you. Manchester leads 13-0 after the missed point after. Four receiver set, trips right for the Red Hawks. And whistles before the snap. False start on Manchester. That will push them back.
The Red Hawks, 5 yards, still first down.
Almost every opening drive, or opening play of every drive, resulted in some sort of penalty here. Got 7:27 left in this half.
Trumbull showing blitz again. Quarterback drops back. Looking, flushed out of the pocket, going straight backwards and throws it forward. That'll be interesting. It is going to be grounding.
They are going to call grounding.
He was not out of the pocket, and that did not go anywhere close to the line of scrimmage as the ball came out of his hand. So that'll be a penalty and a loss of down.
Looks like the Manchester coach on their sideline was not happy with that play. Looks like it really just broke down from the start, starting with that offensive line. There's great pressure coming out the edges from both the ends. Collapses that outside move, and you can't dump it off to nobody, unfortunately.
Spot foul and loss of down.
Looks like they're going to call it a spot foul.
So that's going to move them back a lot.
Wow.
This is kind of like, Cece, remember last week, the 4th and 41. We're going to be in that territory.
Yeah. That was crazy.
So it's going to be second, and I'll wait till the other McHugh puts it up on the board. I'm not even going to try to count it. Let's just call it second and ridiculously long. Quarterback drops back. Now he throws it to his left side over his receiver's head, so it'll be third and ridiculously long. Last week when Trumbull was in
37. Third and 37.
In that 4th and 41 last week, my uncle was doing the first down marker, and they were down in that same spot. And I said, if Trumbull gets another penalty, Uncle Gene's going to be on Strobel Road.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
I think they actually got 38 up there now. 3rd and 38. Not quite as bad as the 4th and 41.
Almost.
And Manchester drops back. Quick throw to the right side as he slants back on the inside. He's going to pick up some yards, but Trumbull's all over him to bring him down. It's going to be 4th and still very, very long.
Yep, and the punt team sent out there.
This is the first time we've seen the punt team for Massac roll out.
Manchester.
Getting mixing up my red schools.
That it starts with an M. They're wearing red.
Exactly.
But if it was Monroe, we'd need Hunter Agosti to come back with that beautiful 40, 50-yard pass with, 20 seconds left for Trumbull to go ahead.
Back to punt for the Red Hawks, number 7.
Trumbull's got a returner at around their own 47. High snap, very big arc, and kick straight up in the air. It's going to pick up very little, and it's going to bounce at around the 37, 38-yard line. So it doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage where the drive started. Trumbull's going to have beautiful field position for this next drive.
It's a very similar situation to what Trumbull gave Manchester not too long ago. It'll be a short field for the Eagles offense. Hopefully capitalize and get some points here up on the board, really turn this thing around.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important drive for the Eagles. With about 6 minutes left in the half, they got to put up some sort of score before the half.
Yeah, if they can go in the locker room down 13-7, that would do a heck of a lot for their for them versus being down 13-0. All right,
two back set.
Yep, and Wuczynski, it's a keeper, but he's under pressure and he is sacked. He had the extra back there, you would think, for some protection, but that defender came right through and plowed into him.
Yeah, that's the first time this season we've seen a two-back set there. In the backfield we have number 6 Giovanni and number 0 Braden Blank. Yeah, typically, at least historically for the Eagles offense, if you see two backs, it's typically a run. So it's interesting how he kept it there.
And Wuczynski this time with a handoff up the middle. He's going to pick up a handful of yards. But it's still going to be third and I'm going to call it 13 or so.
Number 2, Caleb Roy. Third down and 13.
Come on.
Ace formation. 5:09 remaining until the half. Giovanni in motion. Wuczynski drops back, looking, fires it to the right side, picked off. Immediately brought down, but picked off. He threw it almost right into the defender's hands. So just when we thought Trumbull might have a little momentum.
Got a flag here.
Looks like that Manchester defensive player was upset about the call, spiked the ball against the ground. It looks like they might tack on 15 yards here.
Let's see what happens. Looks like Trumbull offense is still out on the field.
Looks like it was a personal foul call there. Looks like unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to push them back even further.
But Trumbull, wasn't it after the change of possession or no? So Trumbull retains.
Yep, so Trumbull retains. It was actually called an incomplete pass on the field.
Oh, he must have dropped it. It looked like an interception.
Yep.
Oh, that's why he spiked the ball.
He spiked that ball.
I gotcha. Again, I apologize, just getting over eye surgery, so there's some of those little nitpicky details I'm not able to pick up. That's why I have my two wonderful partners next to me.
That's a real gift for Trumbull there.
That really is.
It was right in the hands of the Manchester defender, and Trumbull very lucky. I didn't even see that it bounced out of his hands. I thought he brought it in cleanly.
All right, again, we got a two-back set.
Ball's on the 27, 5 minutes to go. Wuczynski throws to his left side. He's got a receiver. He's going to pick up a handful of yards. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3. I believe, was that Keen Horn on the catch?
That was number 0, Brandon Blake. But his helmet did come off on that play, which means he does have to come out for at least one play. And we got another two-back set with number 6, Giovanni, and number 8, Keen Horn.
And it is a handoff to Giovanni. He gets through the first set of defenders and fights for a few more. So it'll be third and about 2 or 3. So Trumbull fighting now.
Time running down here in the second quarter. They look to be in full control of the football here now. Putting together a really nice drive after the gift of a penalty. It's third and short now. He can't afford another penalty here. Really got to push it forward and extend this drive, hopefully get in the end zone.
Third and 3, as we just said. Under 4 minutes. It's a handoff up the middle. He's going to fight for a bunch of yards. He's going to be close. And looking at the side judge, I think he's just short.
Looks like it's going to be about a half yard short of that first down. Looks like they might be bringing in a heavy package here.
Oh.
And the jumbo set, is it a direct snap to a running back? I can't tell.
Looks like Caleb's still in there, though.
Okay, so big formation, but with the quarterback. And timeout, Trumbull. So here's a huge fourth down.
Yes.
Trumbull needs to get, there's plenty of time. You got 3:08 remaining on the clock, but just so they have a little something to build on, you need to get this first down. Otherwise, like, totally deflated if they can't get this.
That's when you go into halftime flat, and it's the last thing you need, being down 14 points. You got a first down here. All you got to do is just win that line of scrimmage, push them over that extra yard, extend your players out there, make sure that you can get in the end zone at the end of this drive.
Yeah, I mean, Trumbull has the running backs and the leg power to get this half a yard here. So we will see what happens. Looks like Caleb is still out there, which is different from previous years.
And it is that big formation in tight. It's a handoff up the middle. He's going to be met towards the line. It's going to depend on the placement. I think he got it. No sign yet. They're saying wind the clock, so I'm going to...
Oh, and it looks like the sticks are moving.
Yep.
Looks like they did get it.
He wouldn't have said wind the clock if it was a change of possession.
And that's exactly what Trumbull needs right now. Just push a little bit more momentum. You're this close to the end zone. You got to get it in now.
Absolutely. Under 3 minutes. And it is a handoff up the middle. He's fighting forward. He's going to pick up a couple.
Oh, we got some pushing and shoving after the play here.
Tackle made by Red Hawks, number 7, Stacy Asbury.
But no penalties on the field.
Second down for the Eagles.
2nd and 8. Ball's on the 13. Trumbull desperately needs to get this ball in the end zone on this drive. Wuczynski dropping back, flushed out of the pocket immediately, throws it to the ground. I don't think he's going to be called for grounding because he was out of the pocket.
And the running back was right next to that ball too, thankfully.
Correction, quarterback ruled down.
Looks like they ruled Caleb down by contact.
So I guess his knee was down before he released the ball.
Yeah, Caleb's getting a lot of pressure here.
Timeout, Trumbull.
All right, Trumbull timeout so they could talk it over. What do you think the play call is going to be? Every time they try to run it, they're picking up a couple yards. I don't think they've had a run yet that was more than 2 or 3 yards. They haven't had a pass that was more than a few yards as well. So the fact that they've had limited success, would you say go on the ground? Would you say throw it in the air? What are you thinking, both of you guys?
I mean, for me, you got to attack the air on this. The run game has been picking up those chunk yards. That's great, but it's 3rd and almost 20. You got to get close to the end zone here. You got to take a shot, try and get something moving so you can get that momentum for your team. But at this point, Caleb just hasn't had enough time tonight so far. Hopefully they can buy a little bit more time, allow the receivers' routes to develop and find that opening in that defense.
Yeah, I agree. Like Coach said, they just haven't had enough times to throw the ball to really see what is happening for DBs wise. And every single run has been only a few yards. You really got to go in the air here.
And there's another flag. It's not a delay of game. Plenty of time on the snap clock.
Well, it looks like it's going to be called on Manchester here.
There we go. Got a few extra yards.
So they'll get some of those back when it was 3rd and 18.
Too many men on the field penalty against Manchester. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Looks like Manchester had 12 on the field for that play.
Want to give a big shout out to Kim Lombardi, who's tuning in. Former legendary president of the Trumbull Touchdown Club. There's been some amazing people to run the Touchdown Club over the years. She definitely is at the top of the list. Kim, thank you for everything you've done for this program. Wuczynski now throws it to the right side, has a receiver, but was he bobbling or did he have possession?
Incomplete pass.
All right. Looked like it was in and out of his hands.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and long now. Oh, my bad, 4th and long.
Looks like that will push the 4th down. It's going to be tough to see exactly what Trumbull has in store for a 4th and long kind of situation. Maybe you're going to try and get that defense to jump.
Last year they might have had the field goal as an option at this point. I don't think they're going to do that this year. And Wuczynski drops back, looking, throws to his left side. In it. Did the receiver have it?
Looks like it.
But it looks like it's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, so he had a receiver at around the 10, but not deep enough for the first down. So they picked up some yards. I guess it moves Manchester back, but another drive where Trumbull comes away without any points.
Looks like Manchester's been bringing a lot of pressure tonight, bringing in that extra 6th person for that blitzing on the defense. And it just really collapses that pocket, forces Caleb to get out and try to make a play happen. Unfortunately, there just hasn't been a lot there tonight. Hopefully they can really turn that around in the second half.
Now, is this the kind of performance you think at halftime the coaches are going to lay into them, or is it going to be one of those, all right, guys, we got this, let's start it? Be interesting to see how the coaches react. All right, so it's going to be a handoff to the left side. He's going to fight for just a couple. What do you think? If you were the coaches, would this be one of the half times where you explode on them, or a little more gentle?
I honestly don't think so. Between the penalties and that one turnover, it's been pretty sound football. I think they just have to get a couple drives together, really bounce plays off one another, and carry that momentum through. I think that's just what they're missing tonight. They've fallen a little bit flat on offense, and it hasn't helped when the defense has been on the field for quite a long time. Hopefully, when you get into halftime, you put in a nice little game plan, put some plays together that are going to open up against this defense. Manchester's done a great job tonight of really defending pretty much everything that Trumble's been throwing at them. So find those holes in the defense, make what works for you guys work for you guys, and push through into the second half.
Yeah, this Trumbull offense, they really got to get some momentum going. A bunch of penalties has not helped them, but I think with a good enough drive, a good few long runs, and a few good short, quick passes, I think we could get something going. So the game is definitely not over yet.
Still a minute 20 left in the second quarter.
Only down 13. No need to panic just yet.
And Manchester now, it is a handoff to the left side. He gets by the first set of defenders. He's got a whole bunch more. He's still going at the 40 till he's finally brought down.
On the carry for the Red Hawks, number 9, Jeremiah Pinckney, run out of bounds by the Eagles, number 4, Ryan Mullen. First down and 10 for Manchester.
That's not at all what you want to see from the Trumbull defense here.
Now, minute 12 is lots of time. Manchester out of timeouts. Trumbull has 1 remaining. So Manchester, with a minute 12, they still have the middle of the field as an option.
For the Trumbull defense, you just want to bring them down in bounds. Keep that clock rolling as much as possible and let time play with you.
And it is a quarterback keeper, goes to the left side. He's going to fight for minimal yardage.
Number 1, Justice Howell.
Yep, and the clock will keep on running. This Trumbull defense really wants to waste time here.
Loss of 1 on the play, second down and 11.
Waste time and stop the run.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of emphasis coming from the Manchester offense here. Getting a little bit slow to line up for the ball with the time ticking down. There's still 40 seconds, which is plenty of time.
And the quarterback for Manchester drops back, throws it to the left side, has a receiver on the sideline, and he's going to pick up close to the first down.
Yep, and the clock is going to stop with 29 seconds left.
They're going to say he went out of bounds a few yards short, so it'll be second and around 3. And quarterback drops back, looking, flushed out of the pocket, takes off now. He's got the first down and then slides onto Trumbull territory. Clock continues to run, 22 seconds. Well, it'll stop temporarily while they move the chains, and then it'll start up again. Right now we're at 20 seconds. Manchester not moving too quick.
Yeah, they're kind of slow to get on the ball
13,
here.
12.
10 seconds on.
They're going to need to. They're taking their time.
Yep, 6
and
seconds.
it's the snap for Manchester. He's looking, throws it to the left side. He's got a receiver, but
it's going to be incomplete.
Out of bounds, whether he controlled it or not.
Right now the clock is at 0.
And
looks like that might be the last play of the half.
The players are still on the field. No sign just yet. The clock is at 0, and that's the half. All right. All right, so the teams will head into the locker room. Trumbull takes off. Manchester's going to take off. Let's, Cece, we'll start with you. Give me your one key. What do you want to see happen in the second half?
I just want to see the offense have some sort of momentum. We really couldn't get much going other than a few good plays with the help of some penalties. I just want to see some momentum. I want to see a long pass. I want to see a long run, and I want to see them score.
Coach Mike?
Yeah, just a little bit of energy out there. You're falling a little flat, you're about down some points, but it doesn't matter in the end. You just got to fight together, win together, bring back all that you can from this second half, and just have a little bit of juice when you're running out onto that field. Be happy that you get to play a little bit of football and really just bring everything you got.
All right, let's hope Trumbull can take those words of advice and have a better second half. We'll be back with the second half here on Ken and TC TV after this.
This is First Selectman Vicky Tesoro, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
the Trumbull High Marching Band about to take the field, or they did take the field. We'll let you listen in to our award-winning championship marching band. Live from McDougal. Live from McDougal. Testing, testing, testing.
Here's the time now for the 50-50.
This is Katie Laird, the Assistant Principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lou McConn's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
So we come back for the second half. Trumbull down 13-0, and that was pretty much the score last week at the half versus Wilton, wasn't it?
I believe so.
So Trumbull will kick off. Remember, Trumbull received the opening kickoff, but it was that pooch kick, and Manchester recovered it. So Trumbull sort of lost their opportunity to begin a half with the ball. And it is a ground rolling kick picked up by Manchester. He fights up the middle. He's going to bring it almost all the way to midfield. Loses the ball a little bit, but I think he was down.
Yeah, looks like it.
Tackle made by the Eagles, number 7, Maverick Capola.
And we also had to go back to the old-fashioned first down marker on the sideline where you have to flip the downs because the digital one we had last week got taken out by one of the players by Wilton, got tackled into Uncle Gene, who was doing the stick there. All right, so Manchester will take over on their own 47 to open up the second quarter with a 13-0 lead. Jeff Alterman, CC Ware, Coach Mike McHugh with you on 10 and TCTV. This is Trumbull's second and final Alliance game before they go all FCIAC after this. Receiver in motion, flags fly for Manchester.
Looks like it's going to be another delay of game on Manchester here.
All right, so far not much different than the first half.
So many flags in these first 3 games for Trumbull. Now, I've seen games that Trumbull's played in with a lot of flags, but I've never seen this many games in a row with non-stop flags on both sides.
Yeah, I know they run a lot for these flags.
And the receiver, it's to the quarterback. He keeps it to the left side, runs forward, and he gets back almost what he lost in the penalty.
Number 1, Justice Fowl, tackle made by the Eagles. Number 7, Maverick Capola. Second down and 10.
Second and about 10. Quarterback drops back, looking under pressure, throws it to his right side just over the reach of his receiver. That receiver was very open. A better throw would have been a pickup of about 15 for Manchester, if not a lot more.
There's a lot of pressure coming off the edge there. It's a great job by the defensive end to stay right in that quarterback's face, making sure the throw is off kilter and setting up 3rd and long for your defense.
Trumbull trying to force Manchester to go 3 and out, showing blitz. Quarterback drops back under pressure, and he gets rid of it. Does the receiver have it? I think he does, but I think he's maybe an inch short
looks like
of the first down.
They're giving it.
Are they?
Yep,
like
sticks are moving.
The initial placement of the side jet looked like his foot was just barely short. But under pressure, that was beautiful by that quarterback to make that pass.
Great throw. You can fit it right into the window, pushed it forward, and now you set up the first down for your team. Trumbull's really got to find a way to get a wrap on this quarterback, or just hold down the receivers just a little bit longer, let that pressure finally build up and get to that quarterback.
And it is a handoff up the middle. Now he comes to the right side, gets around the first defenders, tries to turn the corner. He does. He's going to pick up a whole bunch and be just barely short of the first down. It'll be second and maybe about 2.
Second down and 2.
Three receivers set from Manchester. They have that H-back position in as well. And it's a handoff to the right side. Gets past the defenders all the way out into the secondary. He gets the first down and a whole bunch more. He's going to come down at the 20. So on the steps of the red zone now for Manchester.
Yeah, he had some good blockers on that play.
From the 20-yard line.
And the sticks will be moving.
And it's a run to the right side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, maybe more, maybe about 6, 7 even.
Running back doing a great job of staying patient behind that offensive line, really open up some holes in the Eagles defense. It's the last thing you want to see as a Trumbull fan. Let's hope that the Eagles defense can get a little bit more pressure at the end of this drive here.
Yeah, we really got to slow down the run game.
Ace formation. Quarterback drops back, quick throw to his right side, has a receiver, cuts back to the inside, and brings it down to the 5.
Pass is complete to number 82, Jaden Williams, from number 1, Justice Fowl.
St. Joe's out ahead of Southington, 17-16. Darien Massick tied at 7 at the half. That's an interesting score.
Wow.
Greenwich now up 31-7 over Notre Dame West Haven. And it is a handoff to the middle. He's fighting forward. Finally brought down. He's going to be very short of the goal line, but almost there. Halftime score, Norwalk and New Milford tied at 18, or excuse me, Norwalk leads 28-18. It's interesting when we have these alliance games and you say the names of schools that FCX teams are playing, and they're schools you rarely ever mention. And it is a quarterback handoff up the middle, and he's going to pick up just a little bit. Basically back to where he was.
It's like he was third down, like 2.5 yard line. Trumbull really needs a stop here. Hold on for 2 more downs. Put your offense back on the field and hopefully get some points back up on the board.
And Manchester quarterback keeps it, runs to his left side. He's got a little bit of real estate. Flags fly. He's pushed out of bounds at around the 2. We'll let you know what the call is in a moment.
Yeah, this is the second time they tried to run this play. Both times, the linebackers did a good job pushing him out of bounds before he got to the end zone.
This time it seemed like the Trumbull defense read it a little better than the previous time.
Yep, definitely.
And it looks like there's a Trumbull player that's down, so we'll take a quick break and be back with more after this.
Hi, this is Gary Kunshaft, Daniels Farm Elementary School principal, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network. Go Eagles!
Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnikon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
So that Trumbull player comes off under his own power, which is what we want to see. And we mentioned this last week. When there is a player down on either side, we are intentionally not saying the name of the player. If you're watching on TCTV, if you can see the player it is, that's up to you, but we will not be mentioning names. All right, here we go. It is now 3rd and 12 after that penalty, but Manchester is going to take a timeout and talk it over. All right, so coming out in the second half, I don't really see that spark that we wanted to see so far. Granted, Trumbull hasn't had an offensive touch yet, but I haven't seen that spark, at least on the defensive side.
Absolutely. It's the one thing that you need in high school sports. You need a little bit of energy, and you just got to have fun out there. Sometimes when you go flat, it's easy to kind of fall under the weight of yourself, and then by the end of the game, you regret everything from that entirety of it. What you got to do is you just got to establish that pressure. Make sure you can get everybody out there doing their task and working as one cohesive unit. And it's real tough, especially in a spot down 13-0, and the ball's on the 12-yard line now after that penalty holding call on Manchester in the last play. But all you got to do is just kind of build off the momentum. You got to get some sort of spark in your direction, whether it's a turnover on downs or a turnover here, just anything to reduce any amount of points on the board.
So again, 3rd and 12, 7:23 remaining. Manchester up 13-0, and they're knocking on the door once again. Ace formation, single back, and the quarterback drops back, looking, fires it to the left side in the end zone. It looks like the Trumbull defender got up there and deflected it away, so good defense, clean played. I don't see any flags. Is there a flag? No flag. No.
Looks like it's just an incomplete pass in the corner of the end zone there.
I didn't see a flag. I thought I heard PA announcer Steve Spillane say something.
Yeah, that was number 16, Luke McDermott, who's typically playing safety there. Now, I want to say DBs are looking good this year. They haven't let too many long passes, and in this game so far, they've been playing great.
Ace formation again on 4th down, 4th and 12. Quarterback drops back. Now he takes off, runs to his left side. He's got some room. There are some defenders there. He is going to be, I think, pushed out of bounds before the goal line.
See the call. Looks like they're going to call him just short.
All right, so Trumbull's D holds.
Wow.
So Trumbull will take over. Their backs are right up against the end zone, but they got possession of the ball. So I would think on this one, you're just going to run a little trap or something up the A-gap, just trying to get a little more daylight for your quarterback.
Yeah, you don't want to run any risks here. You take a safety or anything quite like that. You just want to keep the ball on the ground in your possession. Try to get that first down and grow a drive off of it. Really, right now, you just want to play defensively as the offense runs onto the field.
7:07 remaining. Trumbull's first offensive possession of the game. Ball right on the 1.
Looks like Trumbull's heavy set is out.
And it is a run up the middle. He's going to pick up a couple, give him a little bit more room. Shout out to another Trumbull Touchdown Club president, Heather Dayton, who's tuning in. Another person who spent many years doing some amazing stuff for this program. By the way, she says, say hi to Coach Mike.
Well, hello there.
Caleb making his way all the way over to Coach P.
Oh, we got a penalty
Flags
here.
flying. We only have 11 seconds on the snap clock, but there's a flag. Dead ball penalty.
Looks like it's going
Is
to
it
be
unsportsmanlike?
It looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike on Manchester.
So that'll give Trumbull a little bit more breathing room. I didn't see what happened. Coach Petracio's off the sideline. He's about halfway between the sidelines and the numbers, slowly making his way back now.
Well, that's going to set up Trumbull perfectly here. They have a little bit of breathing room back away from the end zone now.
And 15-yard penalty when your back's on the end zone.
Yeah, that's going to help you out a lot.
Yeah, and it opens up the playbook for you, too. But they're still in a jumbo formation, and it is a keeper up the middle. I think that was Horn. He's only going to pick up a couple.
Tackled by the Red Hawks, number 8, Noah Coleman.
I got to say, the Red Hawks are doing a great job with protecting the run. They're not letting Trumbull get too much.
And I see Giovanni checking back in, so it looks like we'll have the traditional offense for the Eagles on the field. Yep, so it's ace formation, 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Buczynski, quick throw to the right side, picked off by Manchester. He's going to bring it all the way back close to the goal line. If he's down, it's either a touchdown or down inside the one.
Yeah, you got a touchdown there.
They're calling it a touchdown.
Buczynski dropped back, fired it to the right side. The defender just stepped in front of it. Pick six.
Yeah, you do not want to see that.
Another tough break for Trumbull. Just can't seem to get out of their own way tonight.
Remember the movie Major League?
Yes.
That's kind of what I feel like right now.
Exactly what it feels like.
Correction, touchdown on the play and the interception for the Red Hawks.
And so far, well, Manchester's going for their third PAT. The first one was beautiful. Second one, beyond wide left. We'll see what happens here. I would think he's going to straighten himself out. So we stand at 19-0 with the point after upcoming.
Oh.
And Manchester's going to call timeout.
On a point after, that's
interesting.
I mean, if they were going for the 2-point conversion, you might think, all right, then talk it over for a big play like that, but
could have been
on a kick.
Personnel.
Yeah, because somebody's running in, so maybe they only had 10 players, but they're up 19-0 in a close game. That's the kind of thing where you lose that timeout, which could be a dagger on you. All right, so Manchester will try one more time. .540 when we come back after the point after. And the kick is up, and this time it is good. And with that, we will take a break and be back after this.
Hello, this is Coach Tobish, head coach of the Trumbull Lady Eagles girls basketball team. This is 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
presented by Dr. Lubnikon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
Manchester kicking off after that pick 6. It is a deep kick. Going to be caught around the 10. He's going to try to cut back to the inside. Now goes back to the outside. Fights for a few yards. He'll be around the 25. We'll see where they place it.
Tough showing for the Trumbull offense so far. Hopefully they can put some form of a drive together.
Yeah, that was not the ideal drive, especially when you desperately need points on the board.
Yeah, sometimes that's kind of the dagger in that kind of situation. It kills all momentum.
Let's see how Trumbull responds. I mean, we haven't seen much from them tonight. Can they make something happen down 3 scores? Trips left, 4 receiver set, and Wachinski hands it off up the middle. He's going to fall forward for maybe a yard. Well, the good news is next week is Bridgeport Central. And then the week after that, they got the big boys in Greenwich. So they got to get something moving here to try it, because you try to pull this against Greenwich and they're just going to throw it in your face really quick.
I actually saw Bridgeport Central won a game not too long ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was their first game. What was it, 7?
Handoff again up the middle, only a yard or so.
Helmet off.
So next week at Bridgeport Central, Kennedy Stadium, 11 a.m. kickoff, which is a weird early time, but I don't mind it because you start early. You still have part of your day afterwards. When we have like the game the next week in Greenwich where it's a 2 o'clock start, it's kind of like your whole day is wrapped up. Not that it's a bad day. Watching Trumbull football is always a good day, but I like when it's earlier. You still have some time left in the afternoon to do whatever you need to do. Trips left again. Wachinski drops back, throws to his right side, has a receiver, fights forward. I think he's going to be a little short of the first down.
Looks like it'll be about a 4th and 4 situation here. Down 19 points. I expect Trumbull offense to stay out there, try to get something going.
So heading to Kennedy Stadium next week in Bridgeport with an 11 a.m. start, that sounds like a Merrick Canteen bacon, egg, and cheese stop on the way down.
Yes.
I haven't had a bacon, egg, and cheese from the Merrick Canteen in a long time as the punt team comes out onto the field.
Or maybe like a shake after. Ooh. That sounds good.
None are bad options.
All right, looks like the punter's tying his shoes here. There we go.
He's got 10 seconds on the snap clock to make a quick tie. 7, 6, and here's the snap. Pretty decent punt. And Manchester bobbles it a little bit, but he brings it down, and he's going to, now he's still fighting. Going to the left side now, he's going to come down around midfield. So he was originally looking like he was going to come down in midfield, took a step back, tried to make a little razzle-dazzle happen, and then lands up coming down right at around midfield again. So Manchester takes over once again with half of the field, a little over 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Well, they are up 20-0.
This Trumbull defense really has to step it up. Get a quick stop here. Hopefully the offense can get the ball back with a few minutes left in the third quarter.
Trips right for Manchester, 4 receiver set. And it is a handoff up the middle. He's going to fight forward and then get pushed backwards. They'll give him his momentum about maybe 2 yards.
Stop by the Eagles, number 10, Brody McGee. Second down and 8.
Southington now leads St. Joe's 24-22. Ace formation. Trumbull showing blitz. Quarterback drops back. He's got time. Looking, staying behind the line of scrimmage. Throws a little blooper forward, but it goes out of bounds. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Greenwich, number 2 Greenwich takes down Notre Dame West Haven 38-7.
pass falls incomplete. 3rd down and 8.
Looks like we do have an injured player down on the field.
On the far sideline, so we'll take a quick break. We'll let the trainers tend to him, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Coach McRae. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicont Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
3rd and 8 upcoming for the Red Hawks. They have a bunch formation. Trips right, but bunch formation, and there's a whistle on the snap. Offsides on Trumbull. So instead of 3rd and 8, it'll be 3rd and 3.
Those kind of unnecessary yards that really put your defense into a pickle. I mean, setting up a 3rd and long play, you got a good amount of room behind you, keep the ball in front, and hopefully make them turn the ball over. But unfortunately on this, they just give up that extra 5 yards, and it completely kills that momentum, just like we mentioned before.
Yeah.
And gives Manchester a lot more play options, being 3rd and short. Trumbull showing Bliss, and it's a fake handoff, throws it up the middle. He's got a receiver, still fighting for yards. He's inside the 30, and he fought his way for probably a good 5 more yards after he got possession. So they got the 1st down and a bunch more.
Looks like we have another injured player on the field here.
And we'll take another break while we let the trainers tend to him.
Hi, this is Mike King, Director of Athletics for the Trumbull Public Schools, and you are listening to the Trumbull Eagles Network, number 10.
Those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
Manchester has the ball, 1st and 10 on the Trumbull 28. They're up 20-0, 2:22 remaining. They are knocking on the door to try to put the nail in this one. And it is a handoff to the left side. He's fighting forward for about 5 yards or so. We'll see where his knee might have been down a little short. Yep, his knee was down earlier, so they're only going to give him about 2 or 3.
2nd down and 8.
Snap to the Manchester quarterback. Quick throw to the left side. He has a receiver pushed out of bounds right away. Picks up a few, so it'll be 3rd and medium.
It actually looks like that receiver may have been out of bounds on that play.
Oh,
looks like he did catch it out of bounds. Looks like they were going to call it incomplete.
All right.
Pushing back a little further. Trying to find an update on the Massick Staples score.
Sounds like a good game.
St. Joe's still trails Southington 24-22 at the end of the third. Snap clock's at 0. They have to. I'm assuming they're going to wind it. All right, a little confusion on the field. They're now in formation, and the quarterback rolls to his right side, looking, has a receiver, gets both feet down, pushed out of bounds around the 20. He's going to be short of the first down by about maybe 2 yards or so. So it'll be 4th, and we're going to call it 2. We'll see where it's officially placed.
In this kind of field position, I expect Manchester to actually go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah.
Keep that clock rolling as much as possible. Try and get out of here as quickly as can. Up 20 points in this kind of situation. Let's hope Trumbull can get a stop and force their offense back out on the field.
4th down and 3.
Can Trumbull stop? Can they make a little something happen? Snap to the quarterback. Goes to his left side now. He's got a little bit of room. Defenders on him. He gets around the corner to get the first down and fights forward for a few more. Interesting alliance game going on. End of the third quarter. Norwich Free Academy, who Trumbull played a couple weeks ago, is tied with Xavier 6-6. Why that's interesting to me, thinking back to 2010, in the first round, Trumbull beat one of the schools from West Hartford, Conard, in the first round. In the second round, they beat Norwich Free Academy to face Xavier for the state championship. So 2 teams Trumbull once faced in the same postseason, facing off in one of their alliance games. And back here with 14 seconds left, the ball's on the Trumbull 13, first down for Manchester. And it is a handoff to the left side. He gets around the corner. He's going to pick up a few yards, but out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 3 seconds left, which means this next play will likely be the end of the third quarter, which also means we will hear the Cupid Shuffle, McDougal Stadium tradition at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I want to see the Trumbull Eagles defense get a real big stop here, especially with 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Hopefully get some sort of momentum going into the fourth quarter.
And it's a handoff to the right side. Trumbull's defenders are there, but he gets away from the first defenders and keeps fighting forward, still pushing forward inside the 5. And that'll bring up the end of the third quarter, and we'll take a quick break here on 10 and TCTV, and we'll be back with the final quarter after this.
You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Presented by Dr. Lubnikon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
Manchester leading the Trumbull Eagles 20-0. They are knocking on the door for one more score. Trumbull has just, it's like last week versus Wilton, they just have not looked good on either side of the ball. You hear the Cupid Shuffle like we talked about a few moments ago. Trumbull tradition at the end of the third quarter. Here at McDougal Stadium, we play the Cupid Shuffle. Cheerleaders doing the dance to it. I can't really tell if much of the black hole is still here.
We got some people there.
It's been a quiet crowd this evening.
It has. Yeah. There hasn't been, unfortunately, much to cheer about.
All right. good stop here.
And it is a
quarterback
keeper, rolls to his left, throws to the end zone, and almost picked off.
Nice, that was a good
It's going to fall incomplete.
By number 2, Miguel Lamore.
Broken up on the play by the Eagles, number 2, Miguel Lamore.
All right, big 4th down stop here. We have to get the stop, get the offense going, hopefully get some momentum, some scores.
Put some points on the board.
We need something.
Give us a little something to build on moving forward to next week when we face Central.
It is 4th and 2 from about a 6-yard line here. So they do still have a chance to reset those downs. Trumbull really needs to get a stop here, whether it be an incomplete pass or just a stuff up the middle, something.
Quarterback hands it off. He goes up the middle, fights forward. He's going to be close. Did he get in?
Yep.
Yes, he did. So touchdown for Manchester. So the blowout continues.
Right now we're going to see how the extra point looks. His kicks have been looking pretty good, but we do remember that one that was wide left.
He shanked that one, but the other ones, the other
they look good.
The other 2 look good. No, the other 3, yeah. No, this will be his 4th attempt, so the other 2 look good. Let's see if he can make it 3 out of 4. I can do the math. Kick is up, and it is
no good.
No good. It was kind of a line drive kick. All right, we'll take one more break and be back after this.
Hi, this is Coach McCray. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnikon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull. All right. We have the Red Hawks kicking off.
While we're getting ready for that, give a quick shout out to Mr. Rickard of Hillcrest Middle School and his family tuning in. Hope the Rickard family has a great weekend. Hopefully his Giants give him a little something to cheer about this week.
Hopefully not.
And here is the kickoff. High, relatively deep, fielded at about the 15. He cuts inside the hashes, and he's going to be swallowed up inside the hashes and now pushed backwards. It's like a rugby scrum before he finally falls backwards.
On the return to the Eagles.
And speaking of Hillcrest, saw a bunch of Hillcrest Hawks students at the game here cheering on their community here at McDougal Stadium. Whether they're Madison Panthers or Hillcrest Hawks now, they will all be Trumbull Eagles in a few years.
All right, offense, give me something.
Quick throw to the right side. He's got a receiver and then pushed out of bounds. I think that was Giovanni.
Yep.
So is it the first time tonight I get to say we got the Root Beer Boys connecting, A&W, Abladejo from Muchinski. Finally, we got a Root Beer Boys connection.
Yeah, there hasn't been much of a big passing game.
Sets up a beautiful second and short, though.
Second and very short. And Wuchinski drops back under pressure, gets a throw off. Intended for, was that Eimer?
Yep, number 3, yep. Brian Aim.
Aim, thank you.
Very good.
And when he was under pressure, tried to throw it, but Aim running his route, it was an adjustment by Wuchinski. He wasn't able to come back and make the catch. Definitely feel the bleachers thinning out right now.
Absolutely. Looks like people are unfortunately walking away from this one.
Wuczynski with a handoff up the middle. He's going to pick up just a little bit. Is it enough? What the side judge is saying, move the chains.
There we go.
Inside of 11 minutes now. Again, Trumbull trails 26-0.
Yeah, this offense, they need something. There's not much momentum, there's not much hype.
Whistles before the snap.
Looks like it's going to be an official timeout.
Something with one of the players on the Manchester side is trotting off. And a substitute's coming in. Maybe something with his uniform, I'm not sure.
Could be something like that, or a mouth guard perhaps.
Yeah. So it was a lineman that they had to make a substitution for. And handoff up the middle. He's got a little bit of room this time. Still fighting forward, and he's got the first down. That was what, about
11 yards?
11 yards or so. That's got to be their longest run of the night.
Yeah.
By far.
Longest play of the night. But
Yeah.
hey, listen, if we get something, we get something. At least the chains are moving, and we're moving down the field. This cannot be a shutout. We need at least a score here.
And Wuczynski looking, throws it deep down the right side. He's got a receiver in and out of his hands. He was double teamed and almost got it. No flag, it was cleanly defended.
Broken up on the play by the Red Hawks, number 2, Caleb Gray.
All right, looks like we have an injured player here.
All right, so we'll take a quick break and let the trainers tend to the eagle that's down, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Coach Vadas. You listen to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Welcome back to Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lumnicont Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
So after that incomplete pass, Wuczynski now hands off up the middle. He's got a lot of room, breaks free from a bunch of defenders, breaks free again a second time, still on his feet inside the 20, still fighting inside the 10, and he's going to be down inside the 5. He bounced off of multiple defenders multiple times to keep fighting forward. Finally a spark and something to cheer about for Trumbull.
Absolutely. Way to keep the feet moving through contact, taking on a big hit in the secondary, just bouncing right off and continuing that stride. That's exactly what you look for in a running back. Just keep those feet moving.
Yep. Kept on having all his momentum going forward, really gave him a bunch of room to run.
The ball's going to be down at the 2. 9:32 remaining. Now Trumbull's down 4 scores, so it's going to take maybe not a miracle, but darn close to it. But Trumbull needs to put some points on and get something here.
Yeah, we need to punch this in.
Looks like they're playing a tight, not the jumbo, but they're playing a tight set. Wuczynski tosses to his left side to Horn, who tries to cut back in. He's going to be close, but I think a little bit short. He'll pick up a yard, so it'll be on the 1 now, is looking at where the side judge has his foot.
Yep.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 inside of 9 minutes. I would just say just keep pounding up the middle. You got 3 tries to pound it up the center or wherever you want. Tight formation again.
Looks like they got a little bit of a diamond formation here.
And it's a keeper. He's pushing forward, and he's in. Trumbull touchdown. At this point, it's just trying to get a little momentum built.
Yep.
Some self-esteem.
Got something.
Yeah, I'm thinking moving forward for next week against Central.
Quarterback keep number 5, Caleb Wuczynski.
And they're going for 2, spread offense. Wachinski drops back, looking, now rolls to his right side, trying to take it in himself. He's going to get in, but there is a flag down, I believe. 2-point is good. Is there no flag? I thought I saw a flag. Yeah, there is a flag. No?
Oh, it looks like it was going to be a defensive penalty. They decline it, and the 2-point try is good.
I know, I thought something fly. All right, so it is 26-8, and we'll be back.
This is Officer Wes Bartosik of the Trumbull Police Department and SRO at Hillcrest Middle School. You are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
We are the boy band. We are the boy band. We are the boy band. We are the boy band.
Welcome back to Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull. All right, we have number 8, Keen Horn, doing the kickoff here.
And it is a kickoff. It is loose, but Manchester falls on it, on the kickoff, trying to catch them off guard, just as Manchester tried to do in the first part of the game, where Trumbull was completely not expecting that.
Got about 8.5 minutes left in this game. You want to try and force that 3 and out, get your offense back on the field, and hope you can put it together another drive, quite like you just did. Put up 8 points on the board, which is great. But unfortunately, it's looking a little bit bleak at the moment.
You're down 18, so 3 scores. Always remember the Heidi game. 3 receivers set for Manchester. Handoff going to the right side. Turns the corner. He's got a bunch of room. Still going. Fights past the 40, almost to the 30 of Trumbull. Just when you got a little something going.
Looks like Manchester comes back with a big run of their own. Sets them up in perfect field position. They can take all the time that they want now. Oh, hang on a second here. Looks like they're coming back.
Oh.
And they're marching it very far back.
Looks like
holding on Manchester. So that big play, that big run will come all the way back. It was almost to the 30 on the Trumbull side, and they'll march it back to probably around the 30 on the Manchester side.
So it looks like it was actually going to be a spot foul play to where they're going to call 10 yards from the spot of the hold.
So it's actually going to be on the 38. First and long. It is a handoff up the middle, fights forward. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7. Still going to be second and long coming up.
Tackle made by the Eagles, number 75, Emmanuel Liriano. Second down and 9.
Looks like they're going to just try and run out the clock as much as possible here. Still got 20 seconds on the play clock. 7:30 and clock's winding down. Manchester's just got to keep the ball in their possession, and it looks like the game's as good as over.
And keep in mind, Manchester's got over an hour ride to get home. And quarterback drops back, throws to his left side. He's got a receiver that comes back, trying to set up the screen. He's got some blockers. He's finally brought down at around midfield, and he's going to be about a yard short, I think.
It looks like they're going to mark him at the Eagles' 49-yard line.
Well, I was hoping to go 4-0 with my football teams on my birthday weekend. Trumbull High, we're not getting the win here. I think my Argonauts play later on tonight. And then I got Notre Dame tomorrow, and then my Steelers playing a wacky time Sunday morning. They're in Dublin versus Minnesota.
Should be a great game.
So Maybe I could pull off 3-1 after Trumbull loses.
We can only hope for it, especially on the birthday weekend.
Always got to go to Pepe's for my birthday, so everyone keeps saying, what time are we going? I go, well, Notre Dame kicks off at noon, so assume around 3:30 we'll leave. I can't really say for sure. Last week they had like a 2.5-hour lightning delay.
Wow.
And the game went way late into the evening. Luckily, we didn't have much going on last weekend. I could just chill at home on the couch and watch. So Manchester and Trumbull will talk it over here. 6:22 remaining, 3rd and 1. Manchester up 26-8. Jeff Alterman, CC Ware, and Coach Mike McHugh with you on 10 and TC TV. Thanks for spending the evening with us. Cooled off a little bit. 69 degrees right now, but it's a coolish 69 degrees, 100% comfortable. Humidity's gone up a teeny bit, but not to the point that it's uncomfortable. It's starting to almost feel like football weather, not quite.
A little bit, yeah. These last few weeks, we've been lucky with warm weather.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
sure
I do
about-
enjoy sitting here in the shorts doing the games.
Of course.
But I don't mind when there's a little bit of a nip in the air. All right,
that
so
fall
Manchester,
weather.
yeah. 6:22, they're in a bunch formation. Quarterback's just going to fight forward, the tush push as they like to call it, and he's going to get the first down. And I would think Manchester is going to keep the majority of these snaps on the ground, just like you said, Coach Mike, about keeping that clock running.
Looks like that gets them the first down, resets the play. Looks like clock's going to be winding down here with 6 minutes to go. Do keep in mind that Manchester did just use their final timeout recently, so they cannot stop the clock again. They just got to keep staying on the field for as long as possible.
More Eagles fans making their way out of McDougal, and it is a handoff to the right side. He fights forward, and he'll pick up a few.
Number 9 in the carry, Jeremiah.
Clock will keep running with about 5:40 left in the game.
Number 75, Emmanuel Liriano.
Yeah, they're just trying to waste as much time as possible. Keep on running the ball down the middle.
Seems to be working.
Yep.
Staples, end of the third, is up 31-27 on West Haven.
Wow.
Massick Darien, that was the one I was trying to get the score of earlier, is tied at 14 after an 80-yard catch to tie it up.
Wow.
By Massick.
That's a great game.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, that's a game I would have loved to see. It looks like there's some movement on the line. Handoff up the middle. He's going to fight forward, be a little bit shy of the first down. I thought I saw a little bit of movement on both sides.
Yeah, me too. No flags, though.
That's a game, Massick Darien. If it wasn't being played at the same time of Trumbull, that's a game, a high school game I might have considered going to see that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Two teams in the last 20-plus years, absolute dominant programs.
Yep, and we played Darien later in the season.
On a Saturday, I believe, a Saturday afternoon. I think it's actually the Saturday, the day after Halloween, because Halloween, I believe, is a Friday night.
Yeah,
so that's why the game got moved to Saturday. Handoff to the left side for Manchester. He runs into some defenders, and he's finally swallowed up. He might have picked up a yard or so. So it's going to be 4th down and about 3, 4?
It's about 4.
And the Red Hawks are going to be content to let the clock run down. I'm sure they'll probably go for it. If they make it, that kind of seals it.
Yeah.
Not that it hasn't been sealed, but
Yeah.
A first down would certainly do the job. There is unfortunately no 2-minute warning in high school.
yeah, that would be the second nail in the coffin,
Yes,
let's
it
say.
would.
And the quarterback, and there's a whistle as soon as he got it.
Flags thrown.
I did not believe that receiver from Manchester was set, so it's probably going to push him back another 5 yards. And that does stop the clock with 3:38 left.
And it officially is a false start.
5 yards, still 4th down.
Manchester, I assume, will keep their offense on the field once more. If they pick up the first down, great. If not, it unfortunately does not matter at this point.
Now, if they don't get the first down and it's a turnover, the clock stops. So I'm thinking almost put it in the air. Because if you get the first down, if you don't, the clock's stopping no matter what anyway.
Quarterback's got a great arm. He's been showing it all night. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at all.
And he drops back, and it is going to be a pass. Looking, flushed out of the pocket. He's swallowed up and sacked.
There we go. That was number 50, Duran.
Flag on Manchester. The Manchester player, I don't want to use the word taunting, but kind of made a hand gesture towards the side judge. I don't know if he thought there should have been a flag or whatever, but the side judge was saying, we ain't having any part of that. Tosses the flag on him, so it's going to be an unsportsmanlike, which is going to give Trumbull 15 more yards. So the ball was down at around the 43, so give them 15 more yards. Trumbull is driving right now. Their goal is the Hillcrest side of McDougal Stadium.
Fortunately, they are still down 3 scores.
Yeah, there's not much that Trumbull offense can do right now.
If they can fight and put in one more score, it gives you a little hope going forward. But see what Coach Petrosio wants to do in the off week, well, not off week, in the week coming up. Pass to the right side over Giovanni's head by about 6 inches. What I meant to say was during this week coming up, are they going to stick with what they normally stick with, or are they going to try to do something different, change something up? Because 2 weeks in a row, it's not working. They've played good teams. They haven't played the great teams yet, though.
Yeah.
And Wuczynski drops back under pressure, throws to his right side. He's got Giovanni wide open. He's going to be inside the 10. So for the second time tonight, we have a connection to the Root Beer Boys. Avaladejo from Wuczynski, A&W. The Root Beer Boys connect for the second time tonight.
It was a great route by Gio, running up the sideline, took full advantage of the soft coverage, ran right by that corner and picked up a nice chunk, setting them up inside that red zone.
Ball's placed on the 9. Wuczynski now handoff. No, keeper to the left side, pitches to the running back, fights forward. He's going to pick up a few yards and then finally push back. So he'll pick up, I would say, at least 5 or so.
Yeah, that play worked great versus NFA. The handoff, the fake handoff, and then pitch to either Jago or Keen. But he was just a yard too short.
It's nice to see the option in play. It's something that you haven't seen the whole night.
Something to throw into the playbook maybe for next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we did see a few plays where we had 2 running backs in the backfield. I wonder, going forward, will they capitalize on that a little bit more?
So Wuczynski now handoff to the right side, fighting forward. He's going to be close, and he's in. Trumbull touchdown on the run. So Trumbull puts up 2 straight scores. Based on what they did last time, I'm going to think they're going to go for 2 here.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Wuczynski's staying in.
Number 18, Horn on the carry.
And Trumbull is going for 2. Here's the snap. Wuczynski drops back under pressure now, throws to the right corner of the end zone, and it's going to be defended. The receiver didn't really have much of a play on it anyway.
Okay, a little late on the cannon.
Just a little, you think? Maybe they were playing around with it and they didn't get it earlier, but yeah, you'd only hear the cannon go off after a bad 2-point conversion. All right, so we'll take one more break and be back with the final 2:16 after this on 10 and TC TV.
This is First Selectman Vicky Tesoro, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
10, presented by Dr. Lumnicons Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
And Trumbull goes for almost like the onside kick, but it was on too much of an angle and went too far forward, and the Manchester on the receiving team, that player fell right on top of it. So it looked kind of like they were going for the onside, but not nearly enough of an angle that they needed.
Yeah, with an onside kick, you want to aim at the top of the ball, really get the ball bouncing so it has a chance to spit up out of the receiving team's hands. Unfortunately, that one just glided right across the ground. It was super easy, just jump right on it. And unfortunately, this does look to be the end of the game here.
Yeah.
1 first down, and that pretty much runs out the clock. So we will take a look and see what Trumbull has left.
And I would think if they take a knee, you're down 22. That's 3 scores. Would Trumbull even call the timeout? It's not likely. So they're in 3 receiver set, so they are playing a play. It's a handoff up the middle. He's fighting. He's going to pick up a few.
Number 9 on the carry.
About a yard or two as we approach the 2-minute mark. Oh, they are calling a timeout. Okay. So there was, go ahead.
That'll stop the clock at 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
And force Trumbull to use those timeouts.
Yep.
Although down 2 scores, I can understand of wanting to try to stay in the game, try to get that ball back, but in this kind of situation,
there's not much you could do.
There's unfortunately not much that's left. You could maybe try and force the ball out, really go do as much as you can to try and force a turnover.
We've seen on the defensive side more than just glimpses of the defense holding strong. There's been times where, yes, they've been bullied and pushed around a little bit, but more times than not, the defense isn't a major problem. There are some things they have to work on. To me, it just seems like the offense is what really needs the focus right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The full half of the game, they really didn't get much on the run game. They didn't get more than a few yards each run. Passing couldn't really get anywhere down the field.
The total yardage was very limited.
Yeah.
All right, so second and about 8, and the quarterback gets it, and he bobbles it a little bit, and then the Trumbull defender gets in and brings him down, so he's going to lose a bunch of yards on that.
Trumbull's going to take another timeout, looks like.
No, 1 more remaining.
Coach P definitely wants to try to get the ball back in the offense's hands and try to punch 1 more in to try to make the score maybe a little more respectable.
And if they do get the ball back and score once more, there's always a chance of having an onside kick, but we can only hope and see what comes next.
I feel like the most entertainment for tonight would be if we stood up and do the Tonto dance.
We should.
Cheerleaders are getting into this one.
Unfortunately, not much else to cheer for tonight.
They did a good job. The band did a great job.
Yeah, the dance team.
The dance team did a great job.
Yeah. Oh, looks like we have a coach for Manchester all the way on the field talking to the ref.
What could he possibly be upset about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Third and just shy of 20, let's say. And the Manchester quarterback drops back, looking, throws it deep on the left side, but lands in between 2 different receivers. Not a very accurate pass. He's been a lot more accurate this game than that one.
Incompletion there does save Trumbull from, you'd say, using it final timeout.
Yep, the clock will remain stopped.
Looks like Manchester's most likely going to set up for a punt here.
So Trumbull will have a little bit less than 2 minutes, closer maybe to 1.5 minutes to try to punch 1 more in. And flags fly again. Delay of game.
Looks to be once more.
Interesting on that. It's not, if the clock was running, I could see them saying, all right, who cares, take the delay of game just to eat up as many seconds as you can, but the clock was stopped.
The pre-snap and post-snap, pre-snap and then post-play penalties have been really killer tonight.
Yeah, we're one of the only teams that actually has a snap count
and
clock on the field.
Punt is up. It's going to come down around the 35 on the Trumbull side. The Trumbull receiver picks it up, and he's going to fight back to pick up a few more yards and go down around the 40.
So I think that was Abladejo with the return there. Pretty decent setup. It was a much better punt than the last one from Manchester. It's only their second punt today.
1:42 remains.
St. Joe's wins 30-24. There was Southington, if I remember correctly. Windsor beats Newtown 34-31. Newtown and Massacre, those two SWC schools I want to join the FCAC.
Yeah, it would be great to have Newtown in there as well.
And trips right for Trumbull. Wuczynski under pressure.
No.
Ball is loose as he is tackled. I can't see who's on top of it. So he was going to be sacked, and the ball got jarred loose.
Yeah, he was completely blindsided. Did not see him coming at all.
No sign yet on who retained or who has possession.
It's the extra man coming off the edge.
Trumbull still have it because we haven't seen a sign going the other way. So I think Trumbull still has it.
That was not good. He did not see that coming whatsoever.
Yeah, it was just a free man coming off the right side of the line there. It's not quite the blind side, but in that kind of situation, you got to feel that pressure, know that sixth person's coming through, and try to do your best to at least make a man miss. But he didn't even see him for a second. He was locked in on his receiver and took a big hit.
Wuczynski throws to his left side, has a receiver. He's going to pick up a few yards. That's still going to be very long on the next down. New Canaan has taken down Bunnell 27-7. We know how good New Canaan is.
Eagles pass complete to number 6, Giovanni.
Need to get an update on that Massac game.
Third down for Trumbull.
West Haven up 33-31 on Staples. Wuczynski now drops back, looking, still looking, fires it, and it's going to be bobbled out of his hands. And it's going to be the Trumbull play. It went straight up in the air. The Trumbull play was trying to get it, and it fell down to the ground. I think they're going to call that an incompletion.
They did call it incomplete.
Yep, that'll stop the clock with 1:11 left.
And it is 4th and forever once more for Trumbull. Unfortunately, I do not think a screen will help in this kind of situation.
I don't think that either.
They need something a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, that wouldn't get them very far, I don't think.
All right, Wuczynski now with the snap, looking under pressure. He's about to be swallowed up. He throws it to his left side, falls in front of the receiver. So Manchester Redhawks will take over deep into the Trumbull territory. I'm going to assume they're going to take a knee.
Yeah.
Trumbull has one timeout left, but doesn't matter. I believe we're going to see victory formation. And Trumbull is going to drop to 1-2. And they will face Bridgeport Central next week in Kennedy Stadium in Bridgeport. In that large Kennedy Stadium. It's one of the biggest high school stadiums, if not the biggest in the state of Connecticut.
Do they still have the same AstroTurf?
I believe they finally replaced it, but we haven't played there in a few years. I think the last time we actually played there was during the crazy 2020 7-on-7 year. I think that was the last time I was there to call a game.
I hadn't played at Kennedy Stadium since I was in 8th grade.
So it is victory formation. Manchester takes a knee. Trumbull's not going to call the timeout.
Yeah, and that'll be pretty much game.
They're just going to wind that clock down to 39 seconds, take that.
So hopefully you guys will be able to join us. Let me know your schedule, but you guys are welcome to join us next week in Bridgeport Central. Might have, like we said, hit the Mayor Canteen for that bacon, egg, and cheese on the way down in the morning.
Do we have any games in Ridgefield this year?
No, so we're not going to get the Hoodoo Brown Barbecue. That's always a staple when we go to Ridgefield.
What a shame.
30 seconds left. They're about to take a knee.
And it looks like this will just about end the game here.
And 15 seconds on the play clock. They're going to let that wind down as far as they can, and they take a knee. There are 15 seconds left in the game. They are not going to need to take another snap. So 26-14, Manchester's going to win, and that's going to drop Trumbull to 1-2. All right, give us your final thoughts, guys. What do we need to work on to try to get to 2-2 next week?
Yeah, I don't know. They got to clean up their offense. I mean, Manchester was an 0-2 team, and we got our butts kicked.
Yes.
You know, we need something on the offense. We need the run game. We got to get more than a few yards each play. For the passing game, we got to make good, accurate passes and really keep the momentum going. We need some momentum.
Coach?
It's penalties. It all comes down to penalties. I mean, if Trumbull doesn't have half the penalties that they do on offense, they have a chance to put together drives and hopefully put up more points. You can see what the offense is capable towards the end of the game through pretty much what we call garbage time, but when it comes down to penalties, it's just a knife to the heart.
Yeah.
You got to see the kids go through. You got to make sure that they're disciplined enough to maintain themselves. Just no pre-snap penalties, because all that does is it just kills drives, and you can't have that when it comes down to the end.
Yeah, these 3 games, Trumbull has just been swallowed by penalties and penalties and more penalties, and we just cannot have that moving forward, especially when we play harder, tougher, bigger teams.
And not just swallowed by penalties, just their own mistakes as well. All right, so final score. The Manchester Redhawks take down your Trumbull Eagles 26-14. We'll be on the air next week at Bridgeport Central as we take on the Bridgeport Central Hilltoppers. Kickoff is at 11. We'll be on the air at 10:45 with a new episode of X's and Petracios. For CC Ware and Coach Mike McHugh, this is Jeff Alterman signing off on 10 and TCTV.